Greetings and salutations once again. Michigan Ultimate Survivor League members, owners, fans, question marks, whatever the hell, no one cares. But it is Tuesday morning, 7:04 a.m., and we are ready to go. Normally, I was planning on not doing this today, but I decided to do it, so here we are. There's a lot going on. We got 4 weeks left in the year here, and a lot of playoff scenarios about to be shaken out. We're going to kind of look at those today. However, we don't have, there's way too many combinations of things, but we're going to do a quick breakdown. But so now we're going to go straight to the top 20, not even mess with the bottom 10, because this time we don't have time for that. We have to get to the nitty-gritty, which is what's happening in the future rather than what has happened in the past. Golf and Balls makes it to the top 20 for the first time all year, I believe. He's on a 5-game winning streak. Congratulations to you. Hernandez Hitman makes it to the top 20. Low-hanging fruit loses and falls from number 6 to number 18. Tenacious D, Josh Crampton, back up in the top 20 where he belongs after a 4-game win streak. He's at 548.91 points. Pay Calvin his money. Eric Minturn's team loses this week. Falls from number 5 down to number 16, so that's a big drop there. Sag Nasting's notch above top notch after a 2-game win streak. Finds himself from number 19 to number 15, 552 points. Alada, 5-2, 14th in the nation right now. Fly Eagles fly. Mick DeBow on a 5-game winning streak. Look out. They're ready to fly, all right. Miss Orange Man and Hot Wife is up to number 12 after not being ranked last week with a single win. A lot of points last week for him, though. Now You See Me, Now You Don't, creeping up almost into the top 10. He's now from number 17 up to number 11. Your top 10 begins with Larry Weinberg's Honolulu Blue Balls. 3-game win streak. Barely beat Brooklyn this week, but he did. So that's all that really matters. And then we have Tips and Tricks. Number 2 last week. Loses. He's got 579, but he's 5-2. Giggle. 5-game winning streak up from number 12 to number 8. Zeke's Relationship Corner. Look out. It's Tom Farmer, ladies and gentlemen. He is up from number 11 to number 7. 99% luck, 1% heart on a 3-game win streak. 6-1. These are the 6-1 teams. Only 455 points, though. That could be a factor as the league winds down. Rocky Keeling, 6-1, but only 455 points. That is atrocious to be that high and have that few points. It's going to be a problem for him unless he wins out. The Apache Chiefs, if you look by comparison, almost 100 points more than Rocky Keeling's team. Up from number 8 to number 5, 6-1, riding that 5-game win streak. Brady's back up. Little Cromwell's on a 2-game win streak. He's at 552 points. He's also 6-1. Euthiel and Lucky Punk stays dormant after the win. Stays at number 3, up from number 3, down from number 3. He stays right at number 3 with Euthiel and Lucky Punk. Dawaiians, Gary King has taken over a second team and still manages to win. 6-1, 626 points. Huge numbers for him, which means the number 1 team in the nation is breaking the number 1 curse. For the second week in a row, we have Whispering Eyes, the only undefeated team left. He's going to have some decisions to make because should he go for the books or should he go for the smart plays and save players? We're not sure if we're there yet, but we're going to find out here in a little bit. This coffee brought to you by Java Peak. Java Peak Coffee from the gas station nearby. Phone's been gone off like 3 times, but I can't interrupt the middle of a podcast to get the phone. Who you thinking here? All right, we're doing a conference-by-conference look here. We're going to do this quickly because there's a lot to cover in this event, in this episode here. So, Jeff Lebowski Conference. There are 4 games left, people. We're just going to look at the conference standings right now, not looking at the head-to-head schedule just yet. That'll probably come next week. We'll do a complete breakdown in playoff scenarios. But what I can tell you is that there's a 4-team tie right now with Pay Calvin his money, Tenacious D, Alada, and how much longer will liberalism be legal? All 5-2. 16, 17, 14, and unranked. That means that this guy's probably lost multiple games against these people. I mean, he could have only lost 2. Hokey Pokey Vax still alive, 4-3. Then you have virtually everyone else, with the exception of Willie Lydell's pretty much abandoned team. Maybe he'll submit a lineup, maybe he won't. At 3-4. This is the tightest a conference has ever been, folks. I'm not kidding. Virtually 9 out of the 10 teams, or 11 out of the 12, I guess this time, are still alive for this division crown with 4 games to go. I mean, anything can happen here. This is madness. Every single team here has a chance. You're in trouble Kyle Stoker. I think he's changed his name 100 times. But everyone is still alive. Kirk Lazarus Conference, not so much everyone's still alive because being 6-1 is a huge jump. As the 5-ranked Apache Chiefs look pretty good. Goff and Balls, Christopher Russell's team, 5-2. They've actually scored around the same amount of points too. That's important to know. And then you have Cloacal Kiss, Kakambas, FarmersOnly.com, Mo Tunney, Mo Problems, all still very much alive here at 4-3. These 3 and 4 squads would need a hell of a lot of help. Super Original, Wagstaff Whalers, and Malin Incorporated, whatever the hell the name is. Someone tell me how to say that, please. And then Password is Taco. Dom Valenti's team's pretty much out of it, no doubt about it. In fact, not pretty much out of it. He is out of it. J Footman can, and your mother likes my defense. But keep in mind, folks, if this is your first year, just because you're 2-5 does not mean you're out of the playoffs. Because we have points. We have 2 to 3 points, 3 to 4. I don't know how many we're doing. Depends on the number of teams. Points, playoff spots, which means even if you're 0-7, well, this is not a. Let's say you're 2-9 by the end of the year, but you have more points than anyone else who has not made the playoffs at that point. You get in, so that's a big deal. So you never give up. Plus, we have the wild card, the random card. We have drawings based on. We have playoff drawings that are like lottery. As long as you've not been randomized too much, which at this point, there's not going to be anyone who's going to get exempt from that because we found new owners for almost all these teams, which is awesome. Ron Burgundy Conference. We have 3 people at 5-2 with low-hanging fruit, tips and tricks, and Zeke Relationship Corner. We have My Ball, Zach Ertz, Nadtab, Knights, and Chubberts at the 4-3, and then we have 3, 3, and 4 teams. And then we have a couple 2-5 teams who technically might not be mathematically eliminated, but almost certainly will be. But keep going. I mean, Ted Lasso's Biscuits set a top 20 score this week with 133 points, top 20 all time. So he knows what's up. 583 points, 588 to be 2-5 and have 580 points plus. Both Chichki, who lost to Chichki, scored 97 points and lost this week, which was brutal. That's really good, guys. Ted Lasso and Chichki, you both are still very much in the hunt for the points standing, so don't give up yet. Then Chef Spicoli Conference, we have 1 6-1 team in Brady's backup. We have 5-2 Giggle Giggle and Miss Orange Man Hot Wife. We have 3 4-3 teams. How Long Till Biden Arrested, Dicker Phelps, and Pater Pimps. These 3 and 4 teams, I'm going to say, are pretty much out of it because of the 6-1 record up here. They're 5-2 leading the conference. You'd be okay. 3 and 4, I'm going to say you're out. Let me ask you a question. B Squad Mac Attack is back. It might mathematically be possible, but it's very doubtful because these teams are going to play each other. That's why we're going to say very doubtful. We will have an official answer next week on the podcast, which probably won't air until Wednesday because I'm going to do some math. But it's too early for math at 7:11 a.m. Bleeding Blue Bombers, Brady's Balls, and Winnie Cooper are all out, I'm afraid. Frank Drebin Conference, this is the one that's going to be really hard to come back from. 7-0 Whispering Eyes, they have a 2-game lead on Sag Nasty and Aiken for a ship, and I'm not sure where the head-to-head record lies. You know, I'm going to look at this real quick. I'm going to look and see if he's beaten or played. Where the hell's the schedule? He beat Sag Nasty. He has not played Aiken for a ship yet. That's the final game of the year, folks. So that could be huge. So Whispering Eyes actually has a 3-game lead over Sag Nasty and a 2-game lead with one matchup here to go. Has he played Helmets on 98 yet? He has not. Just here so I don't get fined, he has not played yet. So Whispering Eyes, while in great shape, has not played a lot of the people that are in contention for him. So if he loses several of these games coming up, it's anyone's game. But if I was a betting man, I'd say the odds are definitely on Whispering Eyes winning this conference, but it's not over yet. That's why you play the game. I'm going to say the 3 and 4 teams, though, have no shot at making this at this point. The Black Hole, Savage FC, New Orleans Rock Jocks, Concussions Protocol, Duncan Drunks, Dublin Drunks, Freedom Fighter, and Show Me Them TDs are out entirely. Brody Bruce Conference, we have, this is a tougher one. 99% luck, 1% heart, 6-1. Number 6 in the nation. Hawkinson, Hernandez, Hitman, Fly, Eagles Fly, Providence, Power, and Steel City Sackers all still somewhat alive in that conference. But the 5 and 2s for sure. Hawkinson, Hernandez, Hitman, Fly, Eagles Fly, You're 3-4. I'm going to say it's tough. BVC Squadrels, tough season for you. Donkey Punchers, Double C's, most known and unknown Tallywhackers. It ain't happening this year for the conference crown, kids. And then we have what we've said all along is going to be the toughest conference. Hello? I think Renly's screaming. That's great. Gonna wrap it up here. Kid's crying upstairs. Well, I don't think he's crying, but he's just yelled. Dawaiian, 6-1. Uthiel and Lucky Punk, 6-1. Honolulu Blue Balls, Nice Emi I Don't, both 5-2. Nasty Nutria and Sticks It In You, 4-3. Hey, what's up, buddy? Oh, I know. You're fine. Here comes Mom. Renly's just coming downstairs in the middle of the podcast. Hey, perfect timing for everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Play with Mike Ditka ran that 3-game win streak and lost. Brooklyn Brigade, LP Rails, 3-4. Not technically out of it. Team McLevin, Clockwork Elves, Wash No Names are definitely out of this stuff. So that's that. A lot of teams still alive. A lot of teams are eliminated. A lot of it goes down to what's going to happen these next 4 weeks. I'm not sure why week 12 is on here. That's weird, right? There's only 11 games, I think, right? There's 11 games for sure. I don't know why there's week. Why the hell is week 12 on that schedule? Let's go here. Week 11, okay. So here we go. We're looking at the week 8 head-to-head matchups. We're going to look at top 20 teams. We have several huge games, folks. True Blue Wrecking Crew taking on 17 Tenacious D. Crampton needs a win there. True Blue Wrecking Crew not out of it yet. Let's go down here. Number 14 versus number 16. This is a lot versus Pay Calvin is money. Huge game. So far, this is the game of the week, folks. We're going to look at the standings here just to see where we're at here with this. But I believe these are the top 2. Nope. Tenacious D's in between them. But this is a huge game because not only will they have, whoever wins this game have the win, but they'll also have the tiebreaker. So that's big. And then we have also how much longer will Liberalism be legal and Tenacious D also in this. They are not playing each other. How much longer Liberalism be legal was playing Toon Squad. 3-4, still alive, barely. And then what was the other team? Tenacious D playing True Blue Wrecking Crew. Roger Brewer needs to come up. We have number 5 versus number 20 in a battle of the only ranked teams in the Kirk Lazarus Conference is happening this week, folks. This is the game that you need to pay attention to. 6-1, 5-2. Winner gets not only the win but also the tiebreaker. So even if Goff and Balls wins, they'd both be 6-2, but they'd have the tiebreaker over the Apache Chiefs. This is a monumental game for the lead in this conference. So 2 huge games back to back here in the list. We have a lot of versus Pay Calvin is money, and then the Apache Chiefs versus Goff and Balls. Enormous games, both of them. We go down here a little bit, looking for more ranked teams. We have Zeke's Relationship Corner taking on Honolulu Blues, not relevant. But Paul Brown's Man of Integrity, he will play spoiler, try to knock off Tom Farmer. Bob Ames, 3-4. Low-hanging fruit, 5-2. Bob Ames, always a worthy owner. That game is no gimme, believe me. Then we have Tips and Tricks, number 9, 5-2, taking on my Balzacker. It's 4-3. Unranked, but still very much in the running there. Big game here. Nantab Knights is 4-3, taking on Ted Lasso's Biscuits, who just put up a staggeringly high score. So he's not giving up. We go down here a little bit longer. We have number 4, Brady's backup, taking on number 12, Miss Orange Man and Hot Wife. Let's look at this one here. Brady's backup, Miss Orange Man, Hot Wife right here. 6-1, 5-2. This is just as important, if not more important, than this Apache Chief Goff and Balls. This is why MUSL is great, because just like college football, when it comes down to the end of the year, you see just how enormous these games are. So Kim's Long Dong and Young Cromwell battling it out for first place in that conference. Giggle Giggle is going to be close. Who is Giggle Giggle playing this week? We're going to look and see. Giggle Giggle is playing B Squad with a new owner. Brian Ellison has pretty much abandoned the team. Eric Minton, who is his referrer, took it over. They're not in the same conference. That's legal. Giggle needs to win that game to stay competitive because one of these two teams is winning this week. So Giggle needs a big performance here. He's a 28.6 point favorite. That doesn't really mean anything, by the way. Moving on, we got number 1, Whispering Eyes, taking on Just Here So I Don't Get Fined. That is Paul Wallen Wine, who is not out of this by any stretch. He's 4-3. If he loses this week, he will be out of it. So it's a huge game, even though only one team's ranked. Sorry for the background noise. I don't know. Maybe you can't hear it. Sag Nasty's notch above top notches, taking on Helmets on 98. That is Jimmy Tucker, who has lost a couple of games here, but still not out of it. 4-3. He's on a 2-game skid. Needs to win this game to stay alive, though. So look for that. Helmets on 98. Aching for a Ship, 5-2, taking on the Black Hole, 3-4. Rob Bradley needs that win in order to stay any kind of hope in the season. Fly Eagles Fly, taking on Double C's, Cody Cole. We went to dinner this weekend. Didn't talk about football, though. Good thing, because I probably would have lost. Oh, wait, I lost anyway. So we're both losers this week. But Mick DeBow needs that win to stay atop of that conference. Or stay close to that conference, I should say, because he's technically right here in the 5-2 area. Moving on, we have Hockenstein versus Steel City Sackers. Neither team is ranked, but this is 5-2 versus 4-3. Big game for both of those guys. Most Known Unknown versus Tallywhackers. Oh, Tallywhackers is Josh Crampton's bad team. Never mind. Moving on. Providence Power versus 99% Luck, 1% Heart. This is biggest game of the year for me, anyway. As if I lose, I'm out. Look out, Rocky. It's coming. Then we've got another. Man, this game, this is the biggest week ever. As Nasty Nutria, who is 4-3 unranked, takes on number 3, 6-1, You Thielen Lucky Punk. So, I mean, Brian David needs that win to keep pace with DeWyans, who's, 2 6-1 teams. Are you kidding me right now? Going down to it. I think that's the only conference with 2 6-1 teams. That would be correct. This is the only conference with 2 6-1 teams, but they also have 2 5-2 teams. So we're gonna look down here a little bit further. Oh man, Honolulu Blue Balls taking on Washington No Names. DeWyans taking on Team McLovin. These are 2 basement dwellers. Hopefully they will submit great lineups to try to throw some chaos into the mix. And the Nice See Me Now You Don't taking on the Clockwork Elves, another basement dweller. We need lineups. You guys got to swing for the fences. Don't cash it in. You're at the point now where you got to submit the super lineups, and if you don't, you're not going to make the playoffs. You're not going to have that chance for that, what, $900 in prize money altogether when you break it all down. So, yeah, you got to do it. So there you go. We're going to look more in depth after this week here. We'll see exactly who's who, what games are left. Don't really have the time or the brain capacity this early in the morning to break down all the scenarios. But next week, we will have the Week 9 edition. Technically, I guess might be Week 8. I don't know. I don't know where we're at. We're coming into Week 8, but I'm not sure if we do the... whatever, dude. It's early. So, yeah, look for these monumental games. It's getting down to the nitty-gritty. Every week's going to have something huge in it, and this week we have no shortage of huge games. Huge game in the college football world, too, coming up. And, yeah. So, that's that. If you haven't seen Dune, I highly recommend it. It is a masterpiece of a film. Go see it in the theaters. Don't be like me and say you're going to and then just decide, you know what, I'm going to watch it on HBO Max. But I'm going to buy a ticket. I might even give it to someone to go see it because I felt so... I probably will go see it in the theater. We're going to go see it in the theater. It was that good. I'm telling you, if you like science fiction or you appreciate filmmaking, either one of those two, it is a masterpiece of a movie. I'm telling you, I have not been this hyped on a film in a long time. It is incredibly well made. So anyway, go see Dune. Probably not this weekend with all the football games on, but see it this week. Take it easy. Oh, and go see it in IMAX, by the way. All right, that's it.